The audience for my final media product is 16 to 24-year-olds. I made sure to target the audience by using characters around the age of 17 to 20 as my models, as it is the middle chunk of the target audience I am aiming my magazine at. This way, the audience have someone they can refer to as a realistic role model, as the style and costume is achievable and affordable. I do not have one specific gender that my magazine is targeted at. However, I did use both male and female characters to appeal to the opposite gender. I think that having a male character on the front of my magazine will attract the female gaze. I would say that my front cover attracts both males and females. Having an adolescent male character on the magazine front cover is likely to appeal to a teenage female audience, as it is seen as attracting the female gaze. On the other hand, I do not aim to exclude the males from buying my magazine by placing a male character on the page. Instead, I will attract them by a colour scheme of my magazine. The colours that I have used are yellow and red. I believe this will appeal to the male audience, as the deep red tones I have used signify rebellious attitude and danger. All of this links to the stereotypical idea of masculinity that most males strive towards. The contents page has 3 pictures involving both female and males throughout them. The images automatically suggest the non-biased atmosphere that my magazine has. For the double page spread, I included 2 teenage females which are probable to attract the male gaze. However, their attitude is displayed through the direct address with the camera, coupled with an alternative, ambitious, dominant style that will attract the females. The 2 teenage girls that I featured are new artists. I think that is likely to appeal to the audience, as they can see the possibility of becoming successful at a young age. I kept with my idea of using colours that are not typically seen as gender specific, and went with the dark shade of green to put emphasis on the photographs, coupled with a red pull quote that matches the colour scheme of my magazine, yet stands out on the double page spread. To help me determine the class of my target audience, I looked at the socio-economic group table. This combines status and occupation and places them into a table. From this, I can say that I will be focusing on socio-economic group C1, D and E. Looking more in depth at these groups, I figure that the most 16 to 24-year-olds are likely to be in education, and therefore there are 3 ways that they can get money to purchase my magazine. On average, the majority of employed adults are seen as lower middle class, fitting the C1 category. I see that as one method that 16 to 24-year-olds can get money is from the parents. Some of my audience may have a part-time job, resulting them to fit into the D category, which is working class, semi-unskilled manual workers. The last class type is E, meaning students in full-time education who do not work. Due to these 3 options, I will target my music magazine at a C1, D and E class. Some of the more specific groups that my final products are aimed at include indie teenagers, music fanatics, and those who seek adventure and are interested in something new. I referred back to my reader profile that I had created during the planning process of the project. There are little differences between my initial plan to my final product. My music magazine is still focused on indie rock with elements of classic and alternative rock. There are multiple mentions of music festivals, events and gigs on both of my front cover and my contents page, which fit into my preferred category of music fanatics and adventure seekers. The only 2 contrasts between my reader profile and my current target audience based on my final products is that my final products include very little information or mention relating to rap. Also, my reader profile stated that the ideal reader is more into older artists such as Queen or David Bowie, whereas I have included many new artists in my magazine as seen on my double page spread.